Oscar Piastri just broke a 26-year McLaren record.
For the first time in Formula One, Oscar Piastri takes his place on the podium in just his 16th Grand Prix.
But here's what nobody's talking about. This quiet Australian has a psychological weapon that's making seasoned F1 veterans genuinely nervous. I'm about to show you 7 terrifying truths about Oscar that prove he's not the nice guy everyone thinks he is. Truth number 1. Oscar's unbreakable calmness isn't natural. It's weaponized. At 14, he moved to England completely alone. No family, no safety net, just pure survival mode in boarding school.
Because I moved out of Australia when I was 14 and went to boarding school for 4 years.
While other kids cried for mommy, Oscar was building mental armor that now makes him unbreakable under pressure. This isn't just calmness, it's emotional bulletproofing.
This very moment. To be honest, I'm just enjoying the tune.
But that emotional ice, it's hiding something way more dangerous. Truth number 2. Oscar's brain works like a computer. His dad co-founded HP Tuners. Both grandfathers were mechanics. At 13, Oscar was rebuilding entire engines while other kids played Xbox. Today, he can match veteran drivers' breakpoints in under 10 laps without any coaching. Engineers literally call working with him cheating because he makes their jobs too easy.
Andrea Stella has highlighted Piastri's capacity, talking about his ability to provide specific technical feedback, and this level of analytical precision allows exactly what engineers need to make the car faster.
We're talking about a driver who gives feedback so precise it sounds like he designed the car himself. And this obsession with perfection has literally rewired his brain in the creepiest way possible. Truth number 3. Oscar unconsciously walks racing lines everywhere. Supermarket aisles, airport terminals, even around his Monaco apartment. He admits it himself. If you tracked his walking patterns, they'd be optimal racing lines.
Not like consciously, but I'm pretty sure if I was walking somewhere and I had to go like around corners of buildings or something, if you looked at where I walked, it would probably be the racing line.
Racing has literally reprogrammed his brain to see the fastest path through everything. It's like having a GPS system installed in your subconscious, constantly calculating the most efficient route. But here's where it gets really weird. Truth number 4. Oscar barely speaks during races. While other drivers are constantly chattering on team radio, asking for updates, complaining about their cars, Oscar operates in complete silence. His radio communications are so minimal that engineers joke about him being a ghost. But this isn't just being quiet. It's psychological warfare. He's so focused, so in control, that he doesn't need constant reassurance. It's like racing with a sniper's mentality. Silent, deadly, and completely focused on the target. And this mental preparation has created something terrifying. Truth number 5. Oscar is absolutely savage when it matters.
And Oscar Piastri's going all the way around the outside to take the lead.
Remember when you overtook Hamilton on the last lap? That wasn't just racing, that was a statement. I don't care about your 7 championships, old man. But the most brutal move? Overtaking his own teammate Lando when every point mattered for the championship. Oscar literally said, no friends, only enemies, and he meant it.
Who do you hang out with? Which other driver? No friends, only enemies.
This guy treats his teammate like just another obstacle to victory. But the most chilling truth is what he does to his competitors' minds. Truth number 6. Oscar breaks drivers mentally without saying a word. He has this ability to stay completely emotionless while his competitors are melting down. At Silverstone, after overtaking Russell, George was screaming on the radio, while Oscar's heart rate barely changed. It's like he feeds off other people's frustration. Former F1 drivers say racing against Oscar is like fighting a robot. There's no emotional reaction to exploit, no weakness to target. He's turned himself into a psychological black hole that absorbs everyone else's energy. And this mental dominance has already created a disturbing pattern. Truth number 7. Oscar specifically targets experienced drivers like they're on a hit list. Hamilton, Alonso, Russell. He's systematically dismantling careers that took decades to build. But here's the terrifying part. He studies their weaknesses like a behavioral analyst. Oscar knows exactly when Hamilton gets impatient, when Alonso makes mistakes under pressure, when Russell cracks in wheel-to-wheel combat. He's not just racing against them, he's dissecting them. And his obsession has already put him in legendary company. Here's the kicker. Oscar just became the first driver to win 3 consecutive races for McLaren since 1998. That's when legends like Hakkinen were dominating the sport. 3 Grand Prix victories in a row: Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Miami. While everyone's focused on Max Verstappen's dominance, Oscar's quietly building his own empire. The numbers don't lie. Oscar's win rate is already higher than Lewis Hamilton's at the same career stage. His consistency scores are off the charts. Performance analysts are calling him the perfect storm, a driver who combines Verstappen's speed with Prost's intelligence and Schumacher's ruthlessness. If he continues this trajectory, he'll have 3 championships by age 26. That's not a prediction, that's mathematical probability. And here's why McLaren might have created a monster they can't control. McLaren has a problem. Oscar is already faster than their golden boy, Lando Norris. The team spent years building around Lando, but Oscar showed up and immediately became the better driver. Internal sources say Lando's confidence is shattered. He went from being McLaren's future to being Oscar's wingman in 18 months. The most brutal part? Oscar doesn't even acknowledge it as a competition. To him, Lando is just another obstacle to remove. But the real question is whether anyone can stop what's coming. The ultimate showdown is coming. Oscar versus Max. But here's what everyone's missing. Oscar isn't intimidated by Max's dominance. While other drivers are fighting for second place, Oscar's already studying Max's weaknesses. He's the only driver who races Max like he's just another competitor, not a 3-time champion. And that psychological advantage, it's already showing. Oscar's the only driver who consistently gains time on Max in the final stint. The student is about to become the master. The question isn't if he'll win a championship, it's how many he'll steal from Max. Oscar Piastri is the most dangerous driver nobody's talking about. Ice-cold nerves, engineering genius, and a ruthless streak that would make Senna proud. This quiet Australian has turned himself into the perfect racing machine, and he's just getting started. If this opened your eyes about F1's most underestimated assassin, smash that subscribe button because next week, I'm revealing why Lando Norris might be in serious trouble at McLaren. Trust me, you won't see this coming. Comment below. Do you think Oscar will beat Max to the championship? The clock is ticking.